Okay, today I'm going to condition my Red Wing Iron Rangers 8086 in the charcoal. Now, I'm going to use the all natural leather conditioner on these. I have used this before on the charcoal leather, so I'll show you exactly. I've used it on the blacksmith. This is the 3341. And as you can see, this is how the boot looks currently, charcoal. This is after the application and then wearing it. So it does darken it and it will lighten with wear. So currently there's, you see, currently I have a boot tree in here, or shoe tree in here, so that's why it's nice and has a nice shape to it. But you can see how the leather looks after applying the all-natural leather conditioner. So if you don't want your boot to get dark like this and you want to keep it kind of like this gray color, then I would suggest applying the leather cream to the boot. But I don't mind. I kind of like how this looks, and it has like these details. And then after you wear, of course, it's going to get lighter and lighter. But I do like the details in this charcoal. It's one of my favorite leathers. But I know some of you have had asked me what to use on this leather if you like the way that kind of lightish gray looks. And so leather cream is what I would suggest, but I have used a couple of times this all natural leather conditioner, and this contains, as I'll read the back for you, it's an all natural blend of pine pitch, mink oil, and beeswax, and it does not contain silicone or any petroleum products, if you're wondering what the ingredients are in this. All right, so let me unlace these boots, and I really, unfortunately, don't wear these as often as I should. Yeah, I know. I have a lot of boots and just haven't gotten around to wearing these. But I wanted to do this video because I know a few of you had asked a couple of times about the charcoal, and just to show you what happens to the charcoal leather when you apply something other than a leather cream. And some of you may like the color that it is now and are probably like, why are you doing this? Don't do it. Leave it alone. I agree with you. I like the way it looks like. But to me, the leather looks dry. Looking like this, knowing the leather and it looking like this, to me it looks dry. It looks very thirsty. So that's why I would do it. But let's just give it the once over. I barely wear these, unfortunately, as I said, so it's probably nothing on these things whatsoever. And if those of you are wondering, this is the Roshia sole on the Iron Ranger, if you are wondering that. And there's also no speed hooks on here. I had those removed. Once over with this. Again, there's probably nothing on here. All right, so let's apply the all natural leather conditioner. And I like to use my hands because of the heat off of my hand being applied to the boot. So I'll show you how the leather will change. This kind of, to me, spreads a bit easier, and it's a bit softer than the mink oil as far as texture. So applying this, it spreads a lot easier than when I use mink oil. how that leather is changing. It's getting darker. It's looking like it's in 8114. But being that this shoe, let's see, when was this shoe made? This shoe was made November 2017. So definitely, that leather is definitely thirsty. Hasn't had any conditioning whatsoever. So it will definitely soak up this conditioner. It's probably very happy. This boot's very happy that I'm doing this because it's looking very dry. And I've seen boots go to Red Wing for a resole, and they'll request not to treat the leather. And I'm thinking, why on earth would you not want a quick condition on that leather? Because it's going to start to crack on you. It's one of the most important things. Is making sure you treat that leather, because it is a skin. Actually, I wanted to mention something to you guys. Look at that. So there you go. Look at the difference there. It looks like a totally different boot. And I already know, I can read the comments about people saying, this one looks better, why did you do that? You should have left it alone. But this one's like, I'm thirsty, I'm dry. Hook me up, man, hook me up. So yeah, that's quite a before and after, huh? But like I said, it's going to lighten up with wear. And this leather really, really needed it. But I wanted to, 1 second, read something to you guys. So in the Red Wing post, here, let's get a better view. This Red Wing post here, and it says, it's about care. That's what it says on there. I highlighted something in here, a couple of things actually. And I wanted to talk to you guys about, or not talk to you, but tell you about. Now, if I can find it, after I highlighted it. Actually, I need to get myself in this thing. Red Wing, how come you haven't put me in this thing, man? What's going on? Give me a nice little profile in here. What are you guys doing? Oh, number one. Okay, the number one thing that I was going to mention, Aki, let's see, let me see if I get his name right. Aki Iwasaki. Okay, so he is a Red Wing designer, and he states that the Red Wing Heritage boots, they are a lifestyle product. They've come from proven work boots, and people who are like hating, like, hipsters walking around wearing these boots. Red Wing Heritage boots, stated by the Red Wing designer, heritage designer for Japan, states that these boots are lifestyle boots. So all of you who in the past have been talking about, folks being posers or whatever, hipsters, it's a lifestyle boot, guys. If I'm wearing a basketball shoe, a basketball sneaker, walking around, am I like a poser because I think I can play basketball and I don't ever pick up a basketball? Are they posers too, those guys? They're not basketball players, but they wear basketball shoes? It's like, come on. Sort yourself out, mate. All right. This is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Here we go. So this is, he is a cobbler in Germany. I think a lot of people know him. You probably follow him on Instagram. And what he says, where's his name? Oh, was this his name? Yeah. Ingo Keller is his name. And I'll put his Instagram on right here, somewhere down here, down there somewhere. Okay, so he says, the question is, any advice you have for Red Wing owners or fans? I think the most important advice to any Red Wing owner is to care for your boots and to respect the product you have purchased. Many people don't use care products or are scared to use these products. Some people are even scared to clean their boots. To those people, I would like to say that the leather Red Wing uses is made to withstand a lot of wear and tear, but it does also need some care from time to time. Okay, second thing that I noted, any general rules of thumb in regards to care. Please give your boots some rest from time to time. Ideally, you set your boots aside after intensive usage to let them dry properly. I recommend using cedar or beechwood boot trees as they absorb moisture well. If you do not own boot trees, you could also use newspaper, I guess. But boot trees are better. In general, you should be able to tell when your boots need care. This depends on how much and in what conditions you wear your boots. The leather will start to look and feel dry, and you will notice more creasing in the leather. This is an indication that you should apply some care product. If you are unsure which product to use, simply visit the, another thing he says, on the other hand, do not overprotect your boots. Do not overprotect your boots. That's another good thing. So not applying, mink oil every single month is not really necessary. Similar to your own skin, leather can only take in a certain amount of product. The rest will just stay on the surface. You should be able to identify when the leather is saturated by the leather's ability to absorb the product you are using. Don't use too much. Please just make sure you use quality product on your boots. He says, I always tell people, if you own a Porsche, you would also choose a high quality oil for its engine. The same should be true for your boots. All right, I wanted to point that out to you guys. Been saving that and I keep forgetting. All right, so let's move on to the next one. See, look at this thirsty boot. So sometimes what I like to do with when I apply, especially to this leather, is I like to let that sit overnight sometimes, and let it just absorb before I put the laces back in, or before I brush any of the excess conditioner. I will let them sit overnight. Yeah, it's taking it quite nicely. It's just a little bit down here that we have to get. Somewhere down here in these little bit in the tip of that toe there. But yeah, they look good. Here's the other one. Make sure, I think there's just like a little bit, yeah, I want to make sure I get that, because this is if I'm walking in like a puddle, any deep puddle, it's definitely going to get on these little, yeah, see I missed this little front bit here. This kind of catches a lot of water. All right, so there you have it. The 86 charcoal rough and tough leather conditioned with the all natural leather conditioner. So what I like to do, like I said, is just let them sit for a while, because just let that soak in before I put in the laces, and then we'll come back and look at it, and you'll see how that leather takes it. It's pretty. It takes it in quite well. You know, this doesn't sit on the leather as much as the mink oil. Mink oil kind of sits on the leather. This conditioner kind of penetrates quite easily. And like I said, this is kind of how, let's look at that 1 second. So this is that applied, and this I applied some time ago and wore. So you see how you got that beautiful gray popping out again, but it looks like actually a healthy leather. So it's not, yeah, see, this is darker for now, but it's definitely going to lighten. And how these started, I wouldn't be surprised if they got even lighter because of the need for the conditioner on that leather. Okay, so I'm going to let these sit, and then we will come back and look at them, lace them up, and admire my handiwork now. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, so this is day 2. Now that the ointment has set on the boots overnight, you can see that there's really no need to use a brush for any excess, because the leather completely just drank in that conditioner. And I think these look absolutely gorgeous. I may even wear these today. But before we get into the full, I wanted to talk about, I came home last night, and some pants I ordered from Grease Point Workwear came in, and came with 2 stickers, which is cool. It's always nice when they do that. And arrived. Oh, I think there's a note in here as well. A thank you note. Yeah, it says, "Thanks so much. Wear them well," which is cool. So it comes in a bag, and so I on my Instagram, this company came across my feed, and I looked at the company's Instagram, and I went to the website and thought the clothes were really cool. And so I ordered a pair of pants, and they're all made to order, which is nice. So it took maybe like 6 weeks. It took quite a while. So I'm opening these for the first time to look and see what they look like. Made in Oregon, I believe. Made in the USA. Let's see. So we have here Grease Point. 1 second. Hold on 1 second. My battery's low. Got to change the battery. All right, change the battery. Here we go. Okay. So here they are. Grease Point Workwear, made in the USA. And these are, the style is a work jean, and these are 14 ounce. And the fabric is Yoshiwa black. So this is a black selvage denim. And the cool thing is, so you can decide, I went with the black ones first. There's several other colorways that I liked, but I wanted to do the black first. And if you can see on that leg how they have like this double layer of fabric on the leg, which is really neat, and these copper rivets that are in there. We'll go into greater detail once I try these on. And also another thing that I wanted to show, oh, that's really cool too. Look at that, camel lined in the pocket, really nice. Is there's a knife pocket, which you can decide, the knife pocket is here, you can decide which leg you want it on, either the right or the left, and I put it on my right side. But I'm excited to try these on, and when I do my on-feet reviews, I'll definitely be wearing these and then give you more detail thoughts on the fit of these. But my current, yeah, this is really cool. I'll show you the other side of here, and you can see the details on that. These copper rivets are quite nice. Let's see this. Yeah. And you see that selvage lining there, selvage ribbon as I call it. It's really cool. So very excited to try these on. I'm gonna keep them away from the dogs because it's a black jean. Definitely will get hair on them. But cool. All right. So let's move on from there. Thank you so much. I think his name is Amos. Thank you so much, Amos. Very excited to try your workwear pants. All right. Back onto the boots. Let's set these aside. Okay. So as I stated previously, the conditioner and the leather had some fun overnight, and completely took it in. I honestly could take a brush over it and give it a polish to give it a bit of a shine. I guess I could do that for you guys. I'm gonna try that. Let's see how that will go. Let's grab the brush. So as you recall, it was the all natural leather conditioner on the rough and tough leather, and just give them a quick once over with the brush. It may bring out a shine. I can't remember. I've done this before, but I can't remember if it just gives it a little shine or not. But like I did with mink oil previously, as just like a to even things out. I think these look really good, and I know some of you may have liked the previous color of the leather, but it was really dry. All right. There they are. I'm gonna bring out the 8114s just to show you the difference. If you're thinking, oh, applying this all natural leather conditioner makes them look too much like the 8114s, I'm gonna bring them out and just do a quick comparison for you guys. And also just a reminder, as you wear these, the leather is going to lighten, and the conditioner is going to wear off. But let's do that just so that you're not too thrown off by what has just happened to these. Okay, so here are the 8086 conditioned with all natural leather conditioner. These are the black harness 8114s, so you can see the difference here in the leathers. Okay, so let's see. There you go. We can see the difference. Like this is a true black, and you can see in that light it's a true black. And this one here, use both the right foot. You can see this is not, has those gray tones versus this one. So just as a reference. Now, I have two pairs of these. These are the 8086, which come with the Vibram Mini Lug, but then I also have the 8116 with the nitrile. So these actually have never been worn. And so you can see how these came. The leather looks totally different than how these started. These looks these look closer to how these finished. So that's pretty interesting. You know, when you purchase a rough and tough leather, they're all going to be different depending on where you get them, depending on when they were made. Actually, these were made, like I had said, what was it, November 2017? Let's see when these were made. These were made May 2016, so these are older. And these were drier. These had a much drier leather. So, yeah, it's a interesting comparison of these leathers. And this one kind of became closer to this one, although this one has a little bit more hints of that gray around here, but that will happen with these. And let me just compare the 81 14s with these, and you can see a bit of the difference there in that leather color. See if I can do all three. Just to compare those leathers. So you have 8116, 8114, 8086. Just to compare all the leather colors. And yeah, I wanted these, and I couldn't find them, so I ended up buying these and just changing out the sole and the speed hooks, and then came across these and was like, oh, this is what I wanted, and picked them up because they're rare, and they're the originals. Because I could have put the nitrile cork on this boot, but in the end, it still would have been an 8086, and I wanted that number on that tongue to say 8116, so that's why I picked these up and ended up having 2 pairs of charcoal rough and tough Iron Rangers. But when you are a collector, it's what you do, even though these have never been worn. These have. I've worn these a couple times. And these I've definitely worn, the 8114s. I love these. Yeah. So let's lace these up and get these boots going. Like I had said, I may actually wear these today. I may wear these with those new grease point workwear pants that I got. This would be a good combination. And then these are Pishka laces. I don't remember the color, but I thought that they went really well with this boot, because you see in the lining here, the edges of the leather, and then especially here on this, I thought that matched really nicely, so that's why I went with these. And I think initially when I reviewed these, I put in some orange laces from, I think it was Benjo's, which I liked, but then I removed them and I put these in, and I thought these complemented that just really well. Kind of like, I guess it's like a army kind of color, and I thought, well, with that sole kind of making it a bit more rugged, I thought that the laces matched that quite well. So that's why I went with this colored Pishka laces. But now that I have conditioned these and pulled them from wherever they were in my closet, I'm gonna have to wear these bad boys a bit more. All right, let's move the other one. I'm glad I did that comparison, because I was thinking about that last night, and just as like for my reference, and for all of you as well, just to see, because I'm sure you'll be thinking that while you're watching the video. It's like, okay, well, they are darker, they look too dark. You might as well have just purchased the black harness ones. But as I've shown you, they're all, well, not, they're gonna vary. Charcoal rough and tough, light copper rough and tough, and even briar will vary from boot to boot, depending on when it was made, depending on which part of the hide it was cut. So all that's gonna vary with those leathers, versus like something like maybe like an amber harness, maybe a little bit more even. The other thing that I wanted to mention was that I can't remember what I wanted to mention. Okay, maybe it'll come to me. So here it is. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, be a boot. See you guys next time.